Rec League podcast. Tell your friends and your neighbors and your family and your haters. Available on Podbean, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Radio, Public Good Pods, Pocket Casts, and Breaker. At Rec League Podcast on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. At Rec League Pod on Twitter. Episode 177. Coming soon. Yo! Whether you watching this from Facebook, Twitter, click the link in my Instagram or YouTube itself. What up, world? It's a new year. Some of y'all we made it. We survived 2025. How come at the end of every year y'all act like it was the worst year of your life? Not every single year can be the absolute worst. We're alive. Celebrate. So many new movies to watch. So many new movies to review. Just a few. The Russo brothers are back at the helm of Avengers. It's in December. It's 12 months away, but it's coming. In an odd choice, Destin Daniel Cretton, great director, no misses, has taken a pause on Shang-Chi, passed on the Kang Dynasty Avengers that we should have had how many months ago, and he's doing Spider-Man Brand New Day. New Spielberg, new Nolan, new Villeneuve, new Shyamalan, among the greatest of great directors currently churning out work. Devil Wears Prada 2, long-awaited legacy sequel. Supposedly, Blumhouse and Universal have a new Mummy for us. I don't even want to make a Dark Universe joke because I'm still standing on Invisible Man Was Fire. Renfield was kind of a letdown, a bit of fun. Abigail was surprisingly dope. Also, more radio silence this year, but not a new Scream from them. We're getting new Scream, we're getting new radio silence, but they're separate movies, which again a long-awaited sequel from them. And then Wolfman, I thought was a letdown last year, and it was in this video. So the most that's the risk with the most anticipated list. They might not all be good. Especially this January. Like, we're gonna do a first quarter preview on the podcast upcoming this weekend, and January just looks so weak. But y'all know how I do. This was tough. It took me until like early December, late November to lock in 10 movies and 3 honorable mentions. So like this year is gonna be such a mystery. So let's just jump in. At honorable mention number 3, speaking of radio silence, and this isn't because I haven't seen the original Ready or Not. I have seen Scream 2022, Scream 6, I've seen Abigail. Radio silence is very good. So, and the trailer to this movie, Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, I thought was very good. And I think they should drop the 2. Ready or Not, Here I Come. Now you see me, now you don't style. We just don't need the 2. Samara Weaving, I'm blanking on the girl from Freaky and from Abigail. She was in Quantumania. She's in it. You know who I'm talking about. Like I said, I haven't seen the original. The trailer to 2 was good. And Radio Silence, good directors. Into March, I will be ass and seat. Honorable mention number 2, which really could be higher, is Mortal Kombat 2. Maybe it's an honorable mention because I thought this past October was a better release date. I would have hated watching Mortal Kombat movies in October. Would much rather do it in May. But I don't know. Like, the first one came out in April. We were still like flirting with COVID times. I hope this just does financially well to get a third movie, even though I'm not sold. I'm not a fan of Carl Urban as Johnny Cage. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wanted The Miz. Even though, like, can he carry? I haven't seen any of the Marine sequels. I don't know if he can carry a 2-hour movie. But this is an ensemble anyway. And then I'm curious what is going to happen with the creative player, Cole Young. Was his name Cole Young? Still, it's literally It's Mortal Kombat 2, but it's not a prequel. It's not setting up the world and the characters. This should be literally Mortal Kombat. At honorable mention number 1, this is kind of that Happy Gilmore 2 nostalgia pick for me last year, Scary Movie 6. You're bringing back the cast, practically everybody from the first movie, almost. I don't think Shannon Elizabeth is in it. But Marlon Wayans, Shawn Wayans, Regina Hall, Anna Faris, I think Lachlan Monroe, I think Dave Sheridan, what's Buddy's name that was in Meet the Parents? Dude, I can't pull these names anymore. I'm getting old. Keenen Ivory Wayans is not directing though, and that's my hesitation. This movie it's from the director that Marlon's been fucking with like those 2 haunted house movies and other shit he's done in the past 10 years. This could be terrible. This could be Scary Movie 5 level dog shit. And that's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. But I just don't think that Marlon would have agreed to, Shawn would have agreed to, Anna and Regina Hall would have agreed to come back to this franchise if there wasn't a funny idea in place. At number 10, I got Toy Story 5. Not that I'm overly thrilled about a 5th Toy Story because we didn't need a 4th one. But it's Toy Story. It's my favorite animated franchise over the past 31 years. And the way, like, Buzz needs to be redeemed because all he was a dumbass side character in 4. Woody, I just need to see. We all know how Woody left in Toy Story 4. The most anti-Woody would never do that shit ever. So what brings him back into the fold? Oh no, Woody, come help save us from the computer. The plot resonates, is relatable, and is interesting. So again, I don't think they would make it if they didn't think there was a good story there. It's just execution. At 9, one that I might get unfollowed or cussed out for having this low, but it's The Odyssey. Ever since Interstellar, ever since Dunkirk, Nolan has been good, in my opinion, but not mind-blowingly like, oh my gosh, he's the best director working today. I think Oppenheimer is that exception, and I hope The Odyssey can follow that up. And it's only 2 movies. Like, I don't love Dunkirk. I rewatch it every time there's new Nolan, but I just don't love Dunkirk. And then I don't know if I'm going to do a Nolan rewatch before The Odyssey. I don't know if I have time. And then Tenet. It's just confusing. At number 8, I got Clayface. I think Clayface is a very, very great Batman rogue. I'm not familiar with anybody cast in this movie. I'm not even positive who the director is. I mean, obviously, you're going to see the details floating across the bottom, but I don't know them as I'm recording. I just know, like, Mike Flanagan either wrote or had the idea, the pitch, and there might have been rewrites, so maybe it's not exactly his vision either, but it's in the, like, and that too, like, Clayface was in an episode of Creature Commandos. So my thought process is this a prequel to that episode, in a way? It kind of has to be, right? Because I think we're going to get, like, Matt Hagen or whoever the actor that becomes Clayface is, and it's going to be inspired by like one of the best Batman the Animated Series episodes of all time. But is this going to be the DC Studios version of Venom? Are we going to like feel sorry for the guy? Is he not going to be a through and through villain, like the bad guy with a heart of gold? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm skeptical, but I want James Gunn's new shared universe to succeed. And like it's not like villains don't get their own comic book issues anyway. Like why can't they get their own movies? As long as they stick to being antagonistic, right? At number 7, I got Madden. A movie that the trailer just came out within the last 2 or 3 weeks. Nicolas Cage as John Madden feels like perfect casting. Christian Bale playing the owner of the Raiders, because names aren't coming to me today. Al Davis? I think I pulled one. Christian Bale is Al Davis. And it's directed by David O. Russell. This feels like it should be an Oscar awards contending movie. The only thing that bothers me is that I think it's going straight to Prime Video. At number 6, I got Project Hail Mary. Phil Lord and Chris Miller are back. Like, let's not act like because they haven't directed a movie since 2014 that they fell off. They were going to do the solo Star Wars movie until studios came in and fucked it up. Let's be honest. Solo is enjoyable, but it's mid-tier Star Wars. Phil Lord and Chris Miller would have made a banger. Would have made one of the best Star Wars movies ever. Ryan Gosling plays an astronaut or plays a science teacher who gets elected to go into space. That's all I know. But directed by the directors of Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 1, The Lego Movie, 21 Jump Street, and 22 Jump Street, I expect greatness. Period. I don't need any more details. I will be there. At number 5, I got Supergirl. If you've seen Superman, you know, like even if you haven't seen Superman, he the Boy Scout. Let's find the good in everybody. That's Superman. This version of Supergirl, the Supergirl from the CW, was more in line with who Superman is. She didn't have any trauma. In this one trailer, everybody is going to try to compare it to Guardians of the Galaxy. Music choices, tone, that's cool. This Supergirl, like, we see her abusing alcohol. We see her coping. We see her off-world. She's dealing with the PTSD and the trauma of her home world being destroyed. Superman didn't experience that. I guarantee we're going to get at least one scene of her, like, it's in the trailer. The destruction of Krypton is in the trailer, so it's probably going to be like a dream she's having, and it's a nightmare. Curious to see what they do with the villain. Curious to see how they utilize Jason Momoa as Lobo. Yeah, I'm too hyped, bro. Like just that little bit of dialogue. Superman sees the good in everybody. I see everybody for who they really are. She's gonna be a savage. At number 4, I got Disclosure Day. This is another one that doesn't need very much selling. Steven Spielberg back in his wheelhouse. Aliens, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, E.T., War of the Worlds. This is Steven Spielberg with Emily Blunt, with what's his name, Josh O'Connor, Coleman Domingo. It's new Spielberg. What else do you need to know? And number 3, I got Scream 7. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't care about the behind-the-scenes drama. Actors are going to stand up for what they believe in, and studios are going to protect their financial investment. That trailer hit. That trailer was so dope. And I feel like the clues are in there, and I want to believe that it is a repeat killer or somebody from a past movie, whatever. They're trying to steer us towards. But that just might be a swerve. So it's like, I hope I can go in this movie just clear-minded, enjoying the movie. It's the 7th movie in my favorite slasher franchise ever. Just love it. Just hope it can be as good as it can be. Kevin Williamson wrote the original. The original is one of the best horror movies of all time. He's directing this one. Neve Campbell's back. Courtney Cox is back. Jasmine Savoy, Mason Gooding are back. Hopefully, they'll give us some dialogue as to why Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega are not in it. And hopefully, money talks. Hopefully, apologies can be made. And we can get everybody in Scream 8. Because they've already talked about doing Scream 8. I might be more excited for this than any. I'm not. I'm more excited for my top 2. I'm so fucking hyped for Scream 7 though. I think it's the first one to come out on this list. At number 2, I got Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Tom Holland's 4th Spider-Man movie. I think if we're counting Avengers, is this his 7th movie overall? He hasn't. He was in Civil War. This might be his 8th movie, I guess. But I don't want to know anything else. I don't even particularly want to see a trailer. Spider-Man is my favorite Marvel hero, so I'm there. I want to see this version of Peter Parker with no help. I want to see him in the first act, struggling to figure it out. Maybe he makes a mistake, and then here comes Frank Castle. Whatever. Sadie Sink is supposed to be the antagonist. She's gonna do some shit that sets off Banner to where he can't find the median of Banner and Hulk, and he's gonna go worse than Ragnarok Hulk, if that makes any sense. I think he's gonna rage out. And just, man, this movie should explain why possibly there are no Spider-Man and no Hulk in my number 1. Most people's number 1. 99% of people's number 1 movie is Avengers Doomsday. I was on board with Downey as Doom from the get-go. I don't care that normies want to cry that Marvel doesn't have any ideas. I don't want to hear any bitching and any complaining, because those are going to be the exact same people that love it. It's acting. He's not going to be quippy. He's not going to be sarcastic. Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom is going to make the valedictorian of a high school or college feel like they ride the fucking short bus with every word he speaks. I guarantee it. He's going to be the most pompous, the most fucking obnoxious, genius level intellect. He's I foresee this dude having scenes with Professor X, Reed Richards, the smartest people in the MCU, and just crushing them psychologically. This is going to be an Avengers level, an Infinity War level movie where Doom wins, and then we'll probably get another time jump going into Secret Wars, and then the surviving Avengers find a way to fix it. But it's just, I haven't been as low on the MCU since Endgame as most of y'all. There are hits and misses, but it's just every piece of the recipe that made Infinity War a success, including Thor's haircut, is in Doomsday. I cannot wait. There's no way this wasn't my most anticipated movie of the year. There's so many movies I didn't name. I can't think of them all right now. Mandalorian and Grogu. We got Greenland in a couple weeks. Primate. Chris Pratt is in a movie called Mercy. GOAT, the animated basketball movie produced by Steph Curry. Glenn Powell's doing a how to become a millionaire or whatever it's called. A24 shit. Looks good. I think it comes out on my birthday. I don't know. Like I said, Devil Wears Prada 2 is coming out. I don't know if there's any counter release against Mandalorian and Grogu Memorial Day weekend. I think Godzilla Minus Zero comes out in June. Hoppers, there's 2 Pixar movies this year. Hoppers comes out against something else that first weekend in March. I'm blanking. God, I really just couldn't save a memory this year. Yeah, just get in the comments. Let me know what movies are you guys looking forward to this year. Now it's like, don't be ashamed that it's all franchise sequels and bullshit. That's all the most anticipated list ever is. Nobody knows what the awards caliber movies are gonna be this time next year. You just can't do it. And you ain't got to be pretentious with me. If you want to go see fucking, I don't know. I really don't know. If you want to go see the next movie in whatever franchise, that's your business. Nobody's gonna shame you for how you feel. Not on this channel. I'll block their ass. So, end of the year videos, beginning of the year videos, all been posted. Rec League podcast, same as same. Blu-ray collection update is coming tomorrow. Be on the lookout for all of that. Rec League podcast, complete first quarter preview this weekend. Like, subscribe, comment. Find me where you find me, man. Don't know where to find me. Watch these credits. Peace.